Now, I don't know what you guys do for your business, but here at Bonito, the engineers stay focused.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I think I haven't, look,
So we've been cooking up something pretty big on the Bonito front. So the people we talk to at Bonito, most of them are not actually tech focused. A lot of them have tech teams and things like that, but not everyone has a harness like Claude Code or Codex. A lot of people are still in the chatbot phase. So a lot of our engagement actually goes towards building these agents, training it up for people, things like that. Now, we still do some of the training now, but I wanted to introduce something to you that's really, really cool. Allow me the pleasure of introducing to you Bonito Origami. Origami is basically a tool for non-technical teams who are not familiar with command line interfaces or the CLI tools or API calls. You can strictly stay on the platform and actually build your agents right from your browser. Watch this and let me know what you think. Okay, so you can go to your dashboard here on the platform. So when you just come down here and click the Origami tab, it'll open up this neat little chatbot slash panel here. You can even pick your own colors. There's a Bonito proper colors, but there's of course other ones as well they can pick from, like Lo-Fi, Dracula. I like the Dracula theme. But over here, you just kind of tell the agent what you want. It can also give you some Bonito specific details if you're confused as to how to operate the platform. Like you can ask how many providers I have connected, and it'll give you a general perspective as to what you have. It won't go into full detail on everything, but it's really there to help you build the agents. So it'll also give you the quota information to see if you guys are kind of getting up there in terms of quota, how many ever agents you're building. It's very rare. We set our limits pretty high. So it can also explain to you if you're on a specific tier, what your tier can do and what you have access to and things like that, and what you don't have access to. So if you do need to upgrade, you can do that as well. In this case, we're showing the difference between the project token and an overall token itself. So it'll give you the personal access and different styles and tell you what actually the differences are between them. It also tells you how the agents work on Bonito, so you're sort of aware as to how to build them. And just really, it's just a co-pilot to help you navigate through this without being, co-pilot. All right, let's get into it with something more detailed. So let's create this project. As you can see, the card pops up. As soon as you press deploy, the project is created. It's really that easy. So let's do the whole end to end. So now we're also adding a knowledge base for the agents to be trained on. And once this knowledge base is planned out, you basically have to just press the same thing, the same deploy, and you can deploy it all through this chat. And now we're doing a linking. So we're going to link that KB article that we made and actually populate it with some details as well. So this is a full build. This is like a full-on build that'll actually be there to set up everything end to end with the model as well, and agents, and hook up the KB articles, the whole shebang. You can do the whole thing with just this prompt, for example, and we can put some of these sample prompts up there. Once you press deploy, all of it gets deployed to your environment. In this example, we're also updating the analyst itself to say, you know what, let's change the model itself. We need this one to be a more complex model. So it can do that through the Origami chat as well. Now, the best part about this is it also shows you what is being deployed on the right panel. On this right panel here, you can also see the activity log, which tells you exactly what kind of things that you've done so far. And it'll give you a full list, and you can also see a history of these as well. On the top right there, there's a history tab. So over here, we're looking to query Origami to see how we can actually connect to these agents from your own app, for instance. And this is a very common question we get as well. So Origami is going to think about it, see how your structure is set up, and give you some details as to how to actually connect to Bonito's gateway and from your front end app, for example. It kind of gives you how to actually connect from Python. It gives you some sample code. A lot of people don't have Python, but the general idea is you just need the URL and your personal access token, for example, in your environment file or something like that. And then it would basically connect from your front end application to Bonito's backend and to your agents. You can also ask it to give you a full overview as to what's fully built, and it'll give you a full glance as to what all the session has built so far. And of course, if you don't want to ask Origami, you can always just go and verify yourself on the project section. Okay, now, like I said, let's go to the project section and see the entire projects that we've built so far. So if you notice, it's the same project name, Origami Venture Bots, and this is kind of catered towards a venture capital type deal. And these are all the agents that we built so far. Look at it, check it out. It has all the KBs and everything like that attached to it. So in this case, the model's already pre-trained. Of course, some of the training was pretty generic, but the idea is it's all here and you can do it through Origami as a co-pilot.